casualties of the Vietnam War, a significant number were the North Vietnamese and Viet Cong soldiers who were captured and tortured by the U.S. soldiers or the American-backed Army of the Republic of Vietnam. The estimated number of captured soldiers reaches approximately 300,000, each of whom experienced horrific conditions while in detention. These prisoners were confined in military-run detention facilities that were notorious for their brutality and harsh treatment. The primary aim of this captivity was not only to neutralize potential threats, but also to extract valuable intelligence or force confessions that could be used to gain an advantage in the ongoing conflict. The facilities that housed these detainees were often overcrowded, poorly maintained, and designed to break the spirits of those held within. Conditions were a far cry from international expectations of humane treatment for prisoners of war. The brutality employed by captors often involved not only physical torture, but psychological torment that left deep, lasting scars on the victims. The war created an environment where ethical considerations about the treatment of prisoners were set aside in the pursuit of military objectives. The physical abuse suffered by prisoners, including beating, starvation, and extreme isolation, while the psychological methods were equally grueling. Prisoners were often left in solitary confinement for days or even weeks, forced to endure the constant threat of violence and degradation. These experiences left many prisoners with irreversible physical and emotional scars, and some never fully recovered from the trauma inflicted upon them. The Geneva Conventions, signed by the United States, explicitly prohibited the torture and inhumane treatment of prisoners. Yet reports from survivors and investigations into these detention centers revealed widespread violations of these laws. Some of the most infamous detention facilities used to house North Vietnamese and Viet Cong prisoners during the Vietnam War included Coconut Tree Prison, Phu Quoc Prison, and Con Son Prison. These facilities were notorious not just for the sheer number of prisoners held, but for the extreme brutality that prisoners were subjected to within their walls. Coconut Tree Prison was the largest of all the detention centers, and at its peak, it held up to 40,000 detainees. The prison was situated in a remote area, surrounded by dense vegetation and guarded by a massive security system. The prison's perimeter was surrounded by 15 layers of barbed wire, which created a nearly impenetrable barrier. The treatment inside the prison was particularly brutal for senior communist officials, who were often